Who would be the most cherished poet in Korea? Today, we visited the memorial hall of a poet who passed away so young in prison. Yoon Dong-ju is known for his beautiful poems, which were written during the Japanese colonial period. The March Independence movement, which Korean people celebrated 1st March this year, also took place in this period. Today, we received a post from Yoon's Times. Shall we unwrap and see what's inside? It's a book of poetry. This book is Yoon's only work and was published posthumously. He was arrested for participating in the independence movement and writing works in Korean. He died young in prison. Why don't we meet this young and beautiful poet who embraced his fate? It is often said that the mother tongue represents national spirit. In the early 1940s, the Japanese Empire banned the Korean language. Meanwhile, Yoon tried to publish his Korean poems but failed of Japan. His friends kept his handwriting manuscript in a safe place and finally published it in 1948, 3 years after his death. Now people can read his book, Sky, Wind, Stars, and Poem. The book contains his 31 poems organized into 3 parts. In the first part, there are poems written in his childhood with a gloomy atmosphere and dreaming peace. The poems that reflect on the self and present the hard times under the Japanese imperialism were written afterwards. In his last years before he died, he wrote beautiful poems which resonated with many people. Let's listen to one of his greatest works, Prologue, in Korean.
죽는 날까지 하늘을 우러러 한 점 부끄럼이 없기를. 잎새에 이는 바람에도 나는 괴로워했다. 별을 노래하는 마음으로 모든 죽어가는 것을 사랑해야지. 그리고 나한테 주어진 길을 걸어가야겠다. 오늘 밤에도 별이 바람에 스치운다.
We'd like to recommend this fiction if you want to look into the life of Yoon. This book tells the story of the life of this poet. The writer describes Yoon with his home dialect and personal details in a lively way. You can also see how Korean people lived in the colonial period with the writer's realistic description of that times. Following the story, readers can imagine the agony of a young poet. World War II reached its peak and the violence of Japanese empire became even more severe. Korean people were forced to abandon their mother tongue and all the Korean language magazines and newspapers were discontinued. Yoon and his friends tried to fight for liberty despite these extreme hardships. This fiction provides background and context to his poems and help the readers understand the poems very well. Beautiful illustrations also immerse readers into the life of the poet. We recommend this book since it's easy to read, as this book is written for adolescents. Also, you can feel the beautiful and delicate Korean words in here. Today, we traveled into the life and works of Yoon Dong-ju. As many readers love and appreciate, you may feel purified and reflect on yourself in his poems. Why don't you go to the bookstore right away and meet the most adored poet in Korea? We will visit you next time. Bye bye!